to do this interview. So you're one of the state-of-the-art of speakers for the ESCAP 2023.
Yes, and I'm very excited to come.
And we're very much looking forward to the conference. So the title of next year's ESCAP conference is Next Generation Europe, a balancing act between clinical research and political demands. What does that seem relevant to you for us as child and adolescent psychiatrists?
Yes, definitely, because I think we're trying to be on the one hand on the edge of the latest knowledge, and knowledge has been greatly expanding, in particular in my area of research, which is neurodevelopmental disorders, where we have lots of new knowledge within the field of the genetics, electrophysiology. We have to be able to be state-of-the-art in these aspects, but also we have facing increasing demands on our clinical end. And as a department director, it's always a challenge to see how many resources we allocate to what type of activity. So it's definitely a challenge. I'm very happy to discuss it at the next conference.
Fantastic. And then I guess this is more a question we've sort of, maybe we're still in COVID time or post-COVID, we don't know, but we've had several years now of not actually meeting physical and going digital, and there's been talks about whether or not we actually need to meet in person. So in your opinion, what's the benefits, or what do we gain from all meeting up at these ESCAP conferences?
I think we have really seen how that there can be a bit more efficiency when we stay on visual meetings, because we're on a topic, we're discussing that, and we see everything we're lacking. Besides that, which is the networking aspects, and really on a meeting you have sometimes resolved so many issues within an hour because you have run into people and you could quickly coordinate, whereas with our 300 emails per day, it's really gotten it's almost a time where emails are not efficient anymore. So I think we cannot afford not to meet. Many meetings can be done online, but they have to be intermittent physical meetings.
And then moving on to what you're going to be talking about at the ESCAP, which is about sleep disorders and neurodevelopmental, children with neurodevelopmental disorders, which I think is such a, as a young clinician, such a relevant topic. But let's say the clinicians coming, not researchers within the field, what would you hope that they gain from coming and hearing your talk?
What I really hope is overall already for child and adolescent psychiatry, that more the realization that first of all we sleep at least a third of our lives, but in children it's much more. You know, it's about 40% of their 24 hours is spent sleeping, sometimes even more when they're younger. And this is not only important for recovery, as many people think, or restoration, but to consolidate learning processes, to grow, physical growth even, to stabilize emotions, emotion regulation, and cognition. I mean, overall, not only memorization, but all the attention processes, etc. And so that everybody realizes that bad sleep has a direct impact on daytime functioning. And now we have many research going on in all sorts of child psychiatric disorders that show that if sleep is bad, it always impacts the child psychiatric disorder. It modulates it at least. But within the field of neurodevelopment, we see actually that sleep can be one of the prodromal factors, but even also of the predictive factors of trajectories. And it's so important to address sleep difficulties if they are existing early on, in order to really inflect maybe a not so optimal trajectory for children. And we'll discuss it for different neurodevelopmental disorders, even though my main research is on ASD, autism spectrum disorder.
So thank you so much, Carmen, and we so much look forward to seeing you in Copenhagen at the ESCAP 2023.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.